about this. Motivation is driven largely by dopamine. That's why motivation spikes at the beginning of goals and fades quickly after. Discipline begins after dopamine stops showing up. This is where winners separate themselves. Psychologist Roy Baumeister described discipline as a limited but trainable resource. His research showed that people who practice self-control regularly become better at sustaining effort over time. Discipline is not intensity, it is trained compliance with your own standards. Locking in means reducing cognitive noise. You stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" You start asking, "What is required?" This aligns with implementation intention theory. His research shows that people who decide in advance when and how they will act outperform those who rely on willpower alone. Winners don't negotiate, they execute systems. Delayed gratification sits at the center of this process. Walter Mischel's marshmallow experiments revealed something critical. Individuals who could delay immediate pleasure for future reward didn't just succeed more, they demonstrated higher emotional regulation, resilience, and stress tolerance later in life. Discipline isn't denial, it's emotional maturity. Locking in also restructures identity. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck's research shows that people who define themselves by effort and process are more likely to persist under difficulty. When you see yourself as someone who trains, studies, or builds daily, discipline becomes automatic rather than forced. You don't rise to goals, you fall to identity. Winning then becomes boring. And that's the point. Elite performance research shows that mastery is built through structured, repetitive, feedback-driven effort. The best performers are not the most excited, they are the most consistent. Consistency beats intensity every time. Discipline thrives in silence. Behavioral psychologist B.F. Skinner demonstrated that behavior reinforced internally lasts longer than behavior reinforced externally. When you stop seeking validation and rely on internal standards, discipline stabilizes. Quiet work compounds faster. There's also a psychological cost to distraction. Frequent task switching increases cortisol and adrenaline, leading to mental fatigue and reduced performance. Locking in is not about doing more, it's about protecting attention. Focus is a finite asset, guard it. And yes, discipline will feel lonely at first. When you choose structure over spontaneity, long-term goals over short-term pleasure, you naturally separate from the average. That discomfort isn't a warning, it's confirmation. Winning is not domination over others, it is regulation of self. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio showed that high-performing decision-makers regulate emotion rather than suppress it. Discipline is not force, it's control. So lock in, reduce noise, build systems, repeat behaviors, protect focus, not for motivation, not for applause, but because psychology confirms what winners already know. Those who master themselves eventually win everything else, quietly, relentlessly, on purpose.